you don't really want to send just one Void Ray. Almost always will not be any good unless they're really bad. So you notice I was able to deactivate both of the buildings. He's not able to warp into one building to warp in. That makes it a lot easier. And I decided to go for it and destroy the main nexus here. And successfully. Actually good. And this highlights another one of the weaknesses of Protoss. Their anti-air sucks. I mean, you have Stalkers, and although they did buff their damage to 10 instead of 8 for regular, I noticed he hasn't upgraded it. They're just not quite as good at knocking down air, especially light air. These are armored, so they do get the bonus. They're a little better against the Void Rays, but like against Mutalisks or something like that, their damage is just pitiful. So the 3 Void Rays up. Gonna use those to harass in a minute. Wait for this guy's shield to recharge. Very useful. I've decided to get a robotics facility because I noticed he had the Twilight Council, and I was concerned that he might be going Dark Templar, and I really don't have much of a defense against that. You always want to be able to make a detector if you need one. Although I do have these couple of cannons here, which will allow me to see if he comes and attacks my base. Although, if he had Dark Templar, he could have done a little sneak attack in the back or in the back of my base. So it's always good to be able to get a detector up. Because you never know at this point in the game what he's going to hit you with. He's working in quite a large army here, but sticking to tier 1 kind of units for the moment. He has a robotics facility, but he's not building anything at it. As you can see in my disorganized base here, I decided to attack again with a whole thing of Void Rays. Managed to get the pylons again and knock out those buildings. I decided to take out a Cyberman for that'll slow him down to Stalkers. And of course, Stalkers are with my whip, so I thought that was good. I decided to fight it out here, although it's a very scrappy battle, and it's funny, we actually managed to annihilate each other in this battle. And 3, 2, 1, mutual KO. But he's forced to rebuild these pylons again to get his buildings up and running. He's forced to rebuild his cybernetics core before he can build more Stalkers. He only has Zealots over here. Does get a robotics bay in, and that'll allow him to build Colossi, which are very useful. Although, I'm a little puzzled by this decision, because although, like every Protoss player, you're going to have some ground force pretty much, but, I mean, I've been going air, so I'm not sure why he decides Colossi would be the best choice. And see, I recover my forces there a little bit, get out some Void Rays, get out some Stalkers, because I know an attack might be coming. I decide to move in with my ground forces now, so I guess the Colossi would be good for that, but decide to move in with my ground forces to see what kind of damage I do, and also scout out. Can't have him getting too many expansions. Make sure you check the high yield minerals ones, because those are easy to get up and running faster. You don't need as many probes or SCVs or whatever to do those. Decide to come over here. Unfortunately, I have my Stalkers out in front where they get hammered by the Zealots. I noticed the Colossi for the first time. Backing up to that. So the Zealots kind of wail on the other side. But get his shield up, helps against the Colossi. Try to spread my units out and get after it, but I pretty much get rocked for but able to, because I've had a second expansion longer than him, and he was forced to rebuild this Nexus and all this other stuff with my harassment, able to quickly warp in another force. One of the things I've noticed is after you expand, it's not enough to keep with your 3 or 4 gateways that you had before. You need to build more production buildings, and I have a variety of production buildings out right now in order to keep up with your mineral spend. You want to have mineral spend. You don't want to just be sitting on minerals, and it's important to get some more gateways out so you can quickly respond to threats, warping stuff faster, and that's important. Warping some Stalkers up here. He probably could have come a little bit faster and done a little more damage, but he just did decide to wait. I rebuilt that pylon. Now I know what he has again, because he went and destroyed destroyed the pylon. Gonna move my Void Rays up in a second, but got an Immortal out, got some Stalkers, got some Zealots, and this is gonna be a very critical. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to move up my. I got a Warp Prism, a Observer, and a couple of Void Rays. I really didn't need the Observer, but a couple of Void Rays and a Warp Prism can be an extremely useful combination. Especially in a situation like this when you have two mineral fields so close to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Void Rays down here. I see no defenses whatsoever. And going to start hammering on this Nexus. And I mean, these things go down pretty quick. And what I'm going to do here is warp in some Zealots to wail on his mineral field. And the Zealots are going to go in, and they're going to end up having to attack some Stalkers. Zealots compared to the Stalkers, I really don't mind. And plus, distract them, and I get this Nexus over here, which is a good move, and I keep Warp Prism alive. I'm going to warp in just a few Zealots there to just delay him just a little bit longer from doing anything. And notice, you see, he's got his probe back, and I get a Warp Probe going on him, wailing, and then, of course, again, Protoss weakness versus anti-air, and forcing the Stalkers up and down, up and down. And I decide to warp in, I decide to push in and warp in some more Zealots to hold off the Stalkers. And they see they can't really get around to the fight here. And I take down his second Nexus, which is going to be hurt. I decide to back off because I know he's going to be hurt. And it's going to really take him a while to recover from. Bypass all these defenses here. Okay. And of course it left his force sitting here. You know, if he was smarter, he might have just gone for it a little bit. And now he's going to move in and control. Better player would have been able to manage both these forces. And I would have probably moved these Stalkers back to assist. Little did you know I have 4 Void Rays. And those to take out the Colossi. Force them to move back. The other one to take it out. There we go. And he's going to try and take out the Colossus again. He doesn't have a lot of anti-air to do anything about it. And the Colossus goes down. Crappy fight over here, but I have photon cannons. I make a few more Zealots to do it, and I'm able to wipe out his Zealots here pretty easily because he's not able to defend against my lone Void Ray. And I have my little force over here still, which is my harassment force, which is good. And he's forced to rebuild his Nexus again, and that's going to hurt him. And I mean, if he was lucky, he had the minerals to even do that. You see, he's forced to have him, you know, mine over here and whatnot. It's a really bad situation for him. Alright, this one's back up. But, you know, I've wiped out his army, now what does he have? Not a whole lot. A Colossus, Zealots and stuff. And that just hurts my 3 Zealots, but I got a little bit more than that. And of course, I have a base up still. Although, I was stupid and let these guys sit here for a while. I have a lot of gas, so I decided to make a High Templar building to use that. High Templar, you know, very little minerals, a lot of gas. I thought it would be useful to make some Archons, but I'm not going to have to do it because I'm going to push here with my little force. I know he doesn't have any minerals. I know he's not even able to rebuild half that force he had before. And I know that he's still weak against air. I haven't seen any tech against air. He has a couple of Zealots running around here. Watch the micro a little better. Same could be said of me. I also researched the speed upgrade for the Void Rays, and I'm making a couple more, and yeah, I researched it. And as you can see, they gain like one of the best speeds in the game. Like they pick up so much speed compared to what they have. It's really incredible. It allows you to move away so much faster, really increases their survivability, and is really great for harassments if you can get it. You have to build a fleet beacon, but it really does up their usefulness by quite a bit, even though it's here. It's going to be the end of the game. Going to come in, sorry, pile on, I don't know why, and it's going to go for the shock. The Immortal's going to force the carry, and of course the Void Ray is my man. And this is critical here, because you see I use the Warp Prism to warp into more units, and that's how, you know, my big forces back off. And
battlefield, and that's a victory. So this is Blue Jedi signing off.